here's Don't Play With Me by Tompkins Therapy on Amazon Music. God bless. God bless. And the devil can't stand. Listen. Don't play with me, don't play with me. God on my side, you can't play on me, play on me. Devil tried, but he can't take from me, take from me. I'm too covered. You can't amen. Don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. Don't play with me, don't play with me. God bless me, devil can't stay with me, stay with me, no. Don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. Name drop, no, I don't need that. I keep it holy, I don't clap at it. Talk dumb, trying to crack me. But I've been through storms, you can't match that. I seen fake love up close. I seen switch ups and jokes. I seen smiles turn cold. But my God never broke. Try to make me. Oh, Shiny, I hope you feel better. I'm different, yeah. I'm protected. I'm shit on heaven sent. So they mess you up. I'm sorry you're sick. Hi, Debbie. You can't play on me. Devil try, but he can't take from me. You can't play with me. Oh, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Kept me alive. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. God bless me. Devil can't stay with me. Play with me. No. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. They try to label me, try to shame me, try to make my name feel heavy, but I stand on truth, I don't get petty. Got on my steps, so I walk on steady. I don't chase God, don't. Okay. Good morning, Melissa. Every time they think I'm leaving, that's when grace hit deep. So I smile when they loud, cause I know what I'm about. I ain't fighting flesh and blood, I'm just calling heaven down. Say God bless, say God bless, I'm okay. Say God bless, say I'm covered, I'm covered. Say next, devil can't play, devil can't play, devil can't stay. I'm not going, no way, no way, no way, no way. Hands up high, oh, let faith be loud, oh, he brought me out, oh, he brought me out. Alexa, volume 3. All right, guys. Things just keep getting more weird every motherfucking day. I can tell you that. Sassy, I need room. I need room, dog. Sassy? Oh, you are a big girl. So I'm sure somebody out there is wondering why they haven't heard anything about this. Also, what is also lost on me is how stupid people can possibly fucking be, man. Good morning, Becca Lynn, good morning. I don't know what kind of game y'all were playing, but while out here trying to get other people in trouble, or whatever you claim to be doing, because at this point, I really can't make heads or tails out of anything y'all are doing, okay? But, and mind you, like, I don't give a fuck about the internet stuff, right? Like, I don't really care about the internet stuff. But as much as people talk about going real life and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, when you're choosing to go real life, do you protect yourselves when you do that? I'm wondering. I'm just, because it always confuses me when people don't consider themselves in situations that they put themselves in, right? Alexa, volume 1. Like when you decide to send something to somebody's house through the mail, do you take all the steps that you should take to make sure that that can't be traced back to you? Have you been waiting for days for me to come here and talk about this? Because again, I think the reason this happened was obviously to get a reaction, right? And when you didn't get the reaction in the time frame that you knew that this should have arrived in my mailbox, I'm sure you did the calculations from the time you mailed it to when it would actually show up at my house. But you see, I don't check my physical mail because I'm digital on everything important. So the only thing waiting for me in my mailbox is a bunch of advertisements. So I'm not in a big hurry to go down there and grab those. But yesterday, I had to go get my mail because I was, in fact, expecting something. And then I found this. Now, if you want to play games on the internet, hey, play games on the internet. But when you decide to use the United States Postal Service to harass somebody, that's crazy. Like, were you thinking, well, I won't put a return address on it. They'll never know it was me. Right? Right? So when I went down to my mailbox and I found this and I opened it up and it looked like a birthday card, valid. It could have been. And then I opened it up and I read it and I was like, yeah, this isn't a fucking invitation. The contents of the letter itself, right? Somewhat comical. I can tell that you didn't put a lot of thought into what you were writing here. But did you know that sending unwanted correspondence through the mail with veiled threats is a crime? Did you guys know that? Anybody? Or did you think that the no return address was a save-all? I'm trying to get a point of view here because I don't understand what y'all are doing. Because we know, I know, or we know, that the person you're claiming to be in this letter is not who you are. You wanted me to believe that this came from somebody else, but it didn't. So this is what I did. Because you want to play games. I can play too. I had a really long conversation with my postmaster Wow, you're mad? Why are you mad? Why are you reporting me? Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Hi, Juliana. See, the postmaster, in correspondence with my local police, whom I dumped a ton of information on, a ton of information. But the postmaster has, what a nice guy he is, boy. He's a really nice guy. And he's worked for the post office more than half of his life. And he really doesn't like it when people use the mail for things it wasn't intended for. So that's where I'm confused. And then I looked at it, right? I looked at it. I kept looking at it. I kept looking at the envelope. This is what led me to call the postmaster, right? Because I kept looking at the envelope and I was like, man, why doesn't this look like it went through the mail? Why does this look like it was never stamped or post dated or any of that? And I thought, well, did somebody drop this at my physical address? But then I was like, no, because you need a key to get into my mailbox. But then there is an outgoing mail slot as well that you can drop in the outgoing mail slot. That's kind of disturbing, right? That's kind of disturbing, isn't it? The possibility of you showing up at my physical address to harass with the intention to cause harm. That's kind of crazy. So that's really what I wanted to get to the bottom to today. Did somebody come to my house and drop that off, or did you actually use the mail? So that's what I'll be waiting for. And when they find those things out, they'll then be able to tell me where the letter came from. And then when I narrow down where that letter came from, the investigation will get a lot easier. Because he told me he could even tell me the post office or the mailbox that it was collected from. If it in fact came through the mail. But if there is a person brave enough on this internet to show up at my residence, don't go to the mailbox, baby. If you got enough balls to show up to this motherfucker, you have my apartment number. You should definitely knock on my door. Because me, the kind of personality I am, if I was gonna go to all that trouble to do some fuck shit like that, baby, I'm coming to your house. I'm coming. I mean, if I'm coming, I'm all the way coming. Like, if I show up, I'm gonna show the fuck up. Not the dad. So, you fucked up. And, I've had it. I've had it with the lot of you. I am going to start just hammering my police department with the unbelievable amount of harassment I put up with here, which I did maybe half of it today.
Old Contraries page, and what's that other page? I can't even remember the fucking name now. Because now the harassment is growing. Now we are not on the internet anymore, folks. We have graduated to the mail or to possibly showing up at people's houses. And that's what they call an escalation, right? So before it was just a couple people talking on the internet, posting some videos that could be considered one way or the other. But this is what they consider, I was told, an escalation. Because now I have proof that you do in fact have my address and that you have in fact used that address. And I can't be anything but thoroughly convinced that you got that address through my being doxxed as many times as I have. Do you guys think about what you're doing before you do it? From my point of view, it doesn't look like it. Let's read the letter. You want to read the letter? Let's read it. It's time to turn Mike in parentheses, as we previously discussed. The way I laughed. My devices and social media are being monitored now. They will likely be doing the same to you, because he is, in fact, a serial schmurderer. The amount of resources you think they're going to put into this man is fucking wild to me. Anyway, that's why I'm sending you this letter. I am sending a letter to Nikki, too. Must have missed that target. Maybe you two can split the reward money. I know you both could put it to good use, as I don't need it. I want this to stop, and it's putting all of us at risk. We have been getting disrespected and betrayed by Mike. Please don't notify Mike or anyone about this. I don't want to be targeted. And if that happens, I will deny everything and post everything. It's your amazing choice. Love, glitter, and cupcakes. What is the average mentality of that group? Like, I want to know what your, like, emotional age is. Is it like 12, 13? Because I do, in fact, and have looked at this letter several times, and this definitely looks like a younger person's writing. I don't want to go as far as to say child, but I would definitely say teenager. Most definitely would pick teenager. So maybe y'all have out there having your kids do some fuck shit for you. Yeah, it's really wild. It's a little more than wild, though. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't want you in here. Hey, this is for any text people. Bitch, don't come in my motherfucking live. Any of you. I see you guys everywhere. Don't come into my live. It's, I really like the way they used the word escalation, though. I did. Why am I being reported? Are you guys mad? What do you guys get mad about here? There's some things I'm mad about. I'll probably talk about them too. I wouldn't even say mad so much as perplexed and confused. Answer me this. Why is there a group on here that are trying to convince people to feel differently than they internally feel about grape? Why are we doing that? Why are we looking at people and going, you don't know, and you don't, and this, and you can't, and you should not feel that way. You're not allowed to feel that way about grape. You shouldn't feel that way. You shouldn't be talking about it. You need to do research. You need to understand how this happens. When a person feels a certain way about grape, they are in fact allowed to feel that way. They don't need people to tell them that they should not feel that way. And the fact that there's a group of people on here doing that, and that group seems to be getting bigger, is mind-blowing. People, women, which most of us the fuck are allowed to feel any way they want to about grape. It is annoying the fuck out of me. You can follow, you can support whoever the fuck you want. It makes no difference to me. But watching a group of females on here tell other females that have a problem with grape that they should feel differently, and the fact that other people aren't pointing that out, is mind-blowing. If somebody feels some sort of way about that, they are in fact the fuck allowed. The Israelis, yes, they do. The Israelis, in fact, do grape children. They grape Palestinian prisoners on a daily basis. In fact, they passed a law to make it legal, to make it okay. Get the fuck out of here. No, you do. Well, it's really crazy what happens on this internet. What I'm saying is if somebody takes a hard stance, they are allowed. There should not be people on here telling them that they're wrong, or telling them they shouldn't feel that way, or telling them that they should do research. And I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they absolutely are. Maybe I should talk about the atrocities your country is committing. 158, or I think that actually went up to 185 schoolgirls killed in a school bombing. Let's talk about, if we're going to talk about atrocities, let's be honest about them. You guys have been calling me a T for so long and just completely ignoring the fact that your country is exactly that. And history is written to prove it. I know that hurts y'all's feelings, but I can't help you there.
You guys are reporting like crazy. The fact that women on here can't even support each other on harm to women is nasty. It absolutely is. It shouldn't be. Hi, Mother Moon. How are you? And that's where I am. I don't understand it. I get it, and I don't have a problem with the people that are like, hey, I'm gonna look past that. I like whoever and I support them. I ain't even gonna talk shit on you. Even though, it probably wouldn't be my first way to go. But I ain't gonna talk shit about you because everybody's allowed to feel how they want to feel about something. But the constant getting up on the internet and telling others how to feel about that is something that is bothering the fuck out of me. I don't care how that group of people, but when that group of people is a 400, group of people and you're all on the same page and you have a problem with the people that